Hey guys, welcome to the potty. My name is AJ.
Hello guys, this is Lex. Welcome back to another
So
video.
today, today's video, let's start with a video. It's about former President Mr. Donald Trump.
Breaking news, a verdict has been reached now in the case of E Jean Carroll versus former President Trump. Kelly?
Hi, everybody. The U.S. jury has reached a verdict in the rape and defamation trial by E. Jean Carroll against Trump. And here are their findings. That Donald Trump did not rape E. Jean Carroll. That's according to the jury. They did find that Trump sexually abused Carroll, and there are some financial awards here. The jury awards Carroll $2 million in compensatory damages for the battery claims against Trump. They also award her $20,000 in punitive damages for that battery claim. They also find that Trump defamed Carroll in October 2022 when he called her allegations a con job. And for that, they award Carroll $2.7 million in compensatory damages for the defamation. So again, the U.S. jury in this case finding Donald Trump did not rape E. Jean Carroll, but that he did sexually abuse her, $2 million in compensatory damages for that, $20,000 in punitive damages for that, and then find that he did defame Carroll, $2.7 million, so about $5 million altogether, Scott. Huge significance, of course, as we start to gear up for the next political cycle. Back to you.
All right, Kelly, appreciate that.
So 2.7 million for a tweet, basically. And that it happens, your tweets, whatever you say, if it affects someone's livelihood and stuff, yeah, you can be rewarded.
Well, my question is this: how can he not be responsible for not raping her, but he sexually abused her? I don't get it. I mean, was she sexually abused and she was willing to be sexual with him? Because rape is when somebody doesn't agree to have sex, right?
Correct.
But she wasn't raped. She was sexually abused. Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what they really mean by that. But yeah, you said 2.7?
Yeah, 2.7 million and 5 million in total. So before I answer your question, Trump's response to all this was basically, what else can you expect from a Trump-hating, Clinton-appointed judge who went out of his way to make sure the result was negative as it could possibly be, speaking to and in control of a jury from an anti-Trump area, which is probably the worst place in the U.S. for me to get a fair trial. Now, Trump's lawyer is basically appealing this verdict. So if that appeal goes through, we don't necessarily see Donald Trump paying anything. And as far as, the proof, like you said before in these trials, why at a person at a stature of Trump, like I would understand in the 60s, 70s, even 80s, women not coming forward, but this was like last decade and stuff like that. And I know the Me Too movement
Did that happen in 1979?
It supposedly happened in like 2000. Well, let's find out.
No, I think it was a long time ago. It has been a very long time. But the thing here is, AJ, if he did it, he has to pay. And
so
one of the
25 years ago, which is in the 90s, 1998.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 2008, but it's 1998. Come on, man. Like 1998, you can go and literally say, hey, Trump abused me. Why don't they come at that time? I mean, I'm not a woman. I don't know how, I'm not saying that, women haven't been like, basically assaulted, victimized and everything. But at this point of time where Trump's at his political career, you're definitely doing it on purpose. And I mean, from the look of it, I think it's an attack. Let's just be real. This basically is something that takes away from actual victims, actual people that are literally like the Amber Heard thing. You know that like there's so many women that are for Johnny Depp, even though I think that both of them are crazy, but what's right is right, you know? And what's wrong is wrong. So even like I would, if there's hardcore proof, I don't care 25 years, 30 years, 100 years from now, that person should basically pay for his crimes. Agreed, totally 100%. And it should be, you know, dealt with for all the years of suffering. Now, this is 25 years afterwards at a time where Trump is running for president again in 2024. So we're going to see a whole bunch of like nonsense clown shows going on, coming from the Republican side and coming from the Democratic side. So this is just
Well,
going to
if
be amusing, but it's going to be very sad to watch because as an American, you don't want this to happen.
that for first and foremost, I want to say something. Being rape, sexual abuse, if you don't agree of something, is not right for somebody else to force it. So having said that, why didn't she do it the first time Donald Trump ran for president? And the other question is, why did she wait 25 years? I understand she's saying that I mean, Donald Trump is a powerful man, and I guess she didn't feel that she could win the case or something of that nature. But let's let's let me say this: if you wait, if you're rape, if you go through this experience and you don't talk that same time that happened to you being selfish, and I'm gonna explain why. If you don't do it right away, you going to allow this person to do it to somebody else. So if you stay quiet, you're not helping anybody else, and you're not helping yourself. By staying quiet, you going most likely somebody else is gonna go through the same experience you went through. And if you do speak right away, you're gonna save a lot of people possibly life trauma issues that they're gonna go through their life by experiencing something like that. And
Yeah.
that's where I have a problem. By not saying something right away, I'm not saying, you know, I understand that it's tough. I get it. But do somebody else a favor. Say it as quick as you can. Don't wait too long because most likely this person is not going to stop and they're going to continue to do it to somebody else. And that's what you're trying to avoid. Do it
I
for
mean,
you,
yeah.
for the rest of the
If you're
people.
gonna be brave 25 years ago, you should be brave. 20. I mean, if you're brave 25 years later, and you come up with saying, "Oh, well, it took a certain amount of time to get over this and that." I mean, everyone's different. I understand, but if it was me, if I like, I would come up right away. Like I would go tell somebody. I'd come up with a plan. You know,
Yeah,
nowadays, it's very important because you when I don't see people coming out 25 years later when the person isn't like famous or anything like that, you know?
right.
Suppose they all come out when someone's getting famous and then, you know, it's obviously a political agenda with that one Supreme Court justice
Or financial, something that's
or something financial
financial
or some
beneficial.
actor or somebody that's big, then they want to come out, you know? Now, given that said, if you're a victim, you definitely will be going to trauma. And I'll back you up. You know, if you're a victim, you have
Of
hardcore
course.
proof. Hey, I'm with you 100%. Now, there's no proof. So basically, get this. So this was a civil lawsuit. It wasn't even a criminal lawsuit. So that's why Trump isn't going to jail for this. Because what happens is it's important to say that, you know, why it's different, because in a civil and criminal legal proceedings, a civil one is basically where the plaintiff has to establish their claims if they're true under like evidence of like standard evidence to justify basically the allegation being true. And in a civil one, it's a legal expectation to basically find all the evidence to commit a crime has been committed. Now, with that being said, the statute of limitations for criminal and civil are different. So that's why it was way past criminal legal proceeding. So that's why Mrs. Carroll brought a civil lawsuit, and basically Trump is basically saying that, you know, rape was never committed, and if there was a fling, there had to be a fling, but he did not sexually abuse her. Now,
But he,
supposedly, there's no proof, no video of him basically sexually abusing her of what is
well,
claimed. So
25 years ago, it's probably kind of difficult to have a video camera
yeah.
to record it. You know, phones didn't have, I don't think any phone had a video camera back then, 98. So that could have been a little difficult to do. But here's one thing that I don't understand about Trump. Why was the Trump was not present in court? That I think it was a, I'm not an attorney, but I think that was a big mistake from of Trump not being present. Because if I'm one of the jury members and I don't see the guy or the person that is being accused, I'm gonna take that offensive. It's gonna be offensive to me because that you cannot send me a message that you don't really care. Whatever the decision is, you just don't care. If you're guilty or not guilty, that to you equal to basically nothing. And that to me was a mistake of Trump not being present in court.
Well, from reading the, you know, some news outlets and posts and stuff, basically, if we're gonna talk about this trial, there wasn't really no hardcore proof, which is that's why there was a stunning result that Trump was liable of sexual abuse, because there's no videos or security cameras at that time in that area of the store that she says allegedly where Trump sexually abused her. But there was a employee at the store who testified saying that it matched the same description of what Carroll was alleging. So basically, Carroll's lawyers were well equipped and well prepped to execute whatever was needed in this short amount of time. But basically, Trump's lawyers were not ready for this case fully, so they struggled to present a defense. And with that being said, I think now if they do appeal, I think they're going to be coming back for you know, a hardcore showing of that Trump's innocence or something, so they can put up a defense for him. But right now they didn't do that. But I mean, obviously, because Trump's lawyers are probably like overflowed with all these like, you know, things that are happening and all these lawsuits that come
Man,
to them. So
you just took my thought. I was gonna mention that Trump right now, this is not over for him.
they're coming
If they
at him
appeal it,
with everything from every angle. It's insane.
well,
You've never seen something like this. And
well,
this guy has so much dirt on him. So, you know, all those things always come in his face and everything. So
and
it's
that's his
like,
problem. He doesn't apparently he doesn't listen to his attorneys. And let's say New York decides to go ahead and say, man, you know what, we're done with you. Just
I
move
saw
on.
one of those
It's not
videos,
over.
you know,
It's not over.
yeah, I saw one of those.
It's not over because Georgia needs him or wants him. We want you. That's what Georgia's telling Trump. And January 6th is another one.
Yeah. So so I was watching one of the videos of these allegations, and he basically said to to the oh, there was a picture where he thought it was like his ex-wife, but it was actually a girl, the girl that's a
The
Carol,
lady.
the lady. So I think he didn't have a good sense of his memory going down that memory lane. He had like a Joe Biden moment. And it's hard to
Well,
forget that.
that means that he getting too old to
Yeah,
run for
yeah. I
president.
mean, both of them are old. Both of them, like,
You know what it is? You know what it is, AJ? He lies a lot,
yeah,
and he cannot keep up with his
keep up with his
lies. So,
lies. Yeah, that's another
so
thing.
I think he was off guard when he said that. I think he wasn't. He probably was thinking about something else. He has so many problems
Yeah,
that
he was
he needs to
saying
keep
that
up with them.
he wouldn't go for a girl like that, just like he wouldn't go for the lawyer. The lawyer that was like questioning him or something like that. He said that, I wouldn't go for her and I wouldn't go for you either. And everyone was like, "Oh," in the internet. It was funny, but I mean, if you're in front of a jury and judge and all that stuff, you got to be respectful and you got to like so I guess the jury basically said, "Hey, you
Well,
gotta pay."
he
So
uh, he learned something. Hopefully, well, I don't think he did. This guy never learned.
yeah.
He's gonna continue doing and being who he is. And you're right, man. When you know what's going on right now, AJ,
Mm,
I feel like you know how you say that he's going through a lot right now in from every angle.
yeah.
You know how think about we know what he's going through because it's being televised. But can you imagine a regular person, a regular Joe, is in trouble? Some of these people they get in the system and they never leave because they get in trouble so many times, back to back, back to back. So they're in and out of prison.
Yeah.
And it just becomes, and that's what's happening to Trump. The difference is that Trump has money, attorneys, and a better lifestyle, and he used to be a president. He's a former president. But I just don't see. I would like to see Trump learn from his mistakes. He
Yeah.
just don't. Whatever he does, he don't care. He doesn't apologize. He just keep going. He pays no attention to whatever he does, and that's a downfall for him. He needs to be more responsible. And that's I've been saying this all along. When you become a president of this country, you are responsible and in every way. The way you talk, the way you handle other people, the way you act. It's everything. You have to be responsible for what you do when you're a president of this nation. This is not small nation. This is the most powerful country in the world still. We need
Yeah.
somebody to handle the job likewise.
You're absolutely right, man. There's no doubting that.
But
So
we will
with that being said, let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's gonna continue, and I think Trump's not going anywhere for a couple of years right now. So we'll probably be seeing something else coming out. Uh uh but I think as it's very important for men. I know a lot of women are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but as a man, if you get accused, like you got to think about it, ladies, you got to think about it as this way. If your son was accused for just a woman saying, "Yeah, he raped me," but there's like no proof, no video, no nothing, and your son would never commit something horrendous like that. I'm pretty sure you're gonna want like some kind of evidence against him to like, hey, if my son did that, I would definitely like be pissed. I'd be upset. I'd be destroyed as a parent. Uh, if the allegations were true, but as a parent, still want some kind of evidence, some kind of proof, hardcore that shows that this really happened, and it's just not hearsay. Is it destroys people's lives. It happened to one NFL star, and the girl lied, ruined his career. We just recently. I'll get the name, but things like that happen. You can ruin your life that you worked so hard for just because one person just accused you.
If it's not
How that
true,
word, yeah.
if
And
it's not true and somebody's finishing, I'm sorry, go ahead.
that happened to some kid in school too. These girls accused him of raping them and stuff like that, and it came out false totally. And the kid got,
Because there was a videotape about
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
So, ladies, be smart, man. Don't start drama. I mean, it's hard to say that not to start drama, but like, hey, be smart. Try to leave this world a better place. We don't need these false accusations. We got too much BS to deal with already. So, hey, with that being said, do you have anything else, Lex?
Yeah, I was gonna add to what you're saying. If it's not true, don't don't ruin somebody's life. But if it is true, do what you have to do and talk about it.
We will all come.
Take legal actions. We were
Yeah.
just talking about the side of people who are lying. We're not talking about the people who did go through something. Say something. If you went through something, say something. Don't wait. Uh, Times have changed where now you have the opportunity to say something. You don't need to stay quiet for a year or two. Please say something. And I think that's all I want to say. Uh, we will get another video for you guys to enjoy. Please subscribe, give us the like button, give us the comments, let us know what you think, let us know what you want us to do better if you think we're not doing the best. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you guys.
All right. Take care, guys.